Good day, everybody. Welcome to the MCN. It's your Wednesday edition. It's your I've just come back from holiday edition, or as some people say, a vacation, which was a nice time. Went to Cadbury World. Yes, the chocolate, but in world form. It was, you just find out about how Cadbury's was from the days of the beginning to where it is now. Certain videos are showing right now, or maybe they're not, maybe they've completed. Let's have a look at what's happening in the World of Marvel Contest of Champions, shall we? So this will be your quick fire, lots of things in a very short space of time, coverage of what's happened over the last 24 to 48 and even 72 hours, because I've not been around and I had a break effectively. But today is new update day. I think you've seen the double track go in for Pavitr. We've also got lots of stuff on, not Summoners Fest, but lots of little things from new events, minions, incursions, Hunger and Cure event, Summon Symbiote being back, new event quest, Statcast, relics. That's the following week, but yeah, we've got a lot of stuff. Oh, the bounty missions, whole host of things drops later today. And of course, we'll be covering it here on the channel. What else is happening? Well, the game did go down. This happened on Monday. Where was I on Monday? I was at Cadbury World on Monday. But first of all, the game went down in Vietnam. Of all places to go down, people can't access and play the game. Sad times. That's disappointing, isn't it, to not have that access to the game, and whether that would be resolved, I don't know. VPNing, possibly. What Kabam's saying. Just to jump in here and echo what support said in the ticket. We're looking into what we can do, but it's largely out of our hands with regards to local legislation and restrictions. When I have more info to share, I will. But that's where we are at currently. Wow. Okay, so that's not good, is it? What is happening elsewhere? Support ticket said where Marvel content has been removed from Google Play stores in Vietnam. At this time, our development team is researching the issue to determine what, if anything, we can will be able to do to correct this in future. But unfortunately, I do not have any update to provide how long it takes. That is gutting. Really, it's gutting, especially if you like the game, obviously play from Vietnam. I don't know really what to say, except for this is something that could happen to anybody in any country. Don't think it's going to happen to a lot of certain countries, let's just say, but there may be some where, say, legislation from the government is all about trying to kind of reduce down things like screen time, and are taking a very, well, in bunny ears, militant approach with it. Which, let's face it, that's the case. Or there's ways that people want to block something for certain reasons. There's loads of geopolitical things that go on with this. But yeah, not good. Hope you're not affected. Moving on to the game being down. Yes, that was something that happened on Monday. And what the reasons were for that, well, not really explained. And also time frame of when the game went down. That's something that's... it's always weird, isn't it? Is this overnight? Is this European times? Is this US times? As I said, I was enjoying my break, and but it's disappointing when the game does go down, especially at a certain time. When it goes down, when it's AQAW stuff, right? That I don't like. That I think is kind of a bit meh, to be honest. We got compensation Inception before GTA 6. Oh, another person using a GTA 6 reference. I hated that. Honestly, last year was just ruined by anybody that decided to drop a GTA 6 and stuff. I just really don't get it. But pools, raid pools. I had a few people reach out to kind of like mention that certain champions have been removed from raid pools. I think people are very particular about Purgatory's usage in raids, and for that being removed becomes a little bit problematic. But definitely people have noticed that one. There has been no announcement. It was just something that with the new update. I know some people have also referenced something that will kind of end the show on. Some people have found, and some things with the update don't represent that, but things can always change in the world of Marvel Contest of Champions. Also, Gene purifies the debuffs you need to gain roll charges on Dot, Boost, and Siphon Cipher, back to the drawing board with that one, please. There could be a few other things that haven't been completely announced, and as well, there could be some things that could possibly change, and there could be some mistakes from Kabam. We just don't know. It's too easy now before it's too easy. It's too early before things have got to change. Also, the amount of people that kind of reference Deadpool X-Force. Yeah, Deadpool X-Force is very good in raids. I've definitely seen it for myself. Vanguard wise, because I've got a rank 4 Silk, it makes 0 sense to use anything other than Silk, because it's rank 4 Silk and it's my strongest Vanguard. Yeah, the other ones are available. If I wanted to use them, I'd have a blast and have a bit of fun in solo raids, but I ain't doing that anytime soon. So, what are Kabam saying? Well, Kabamasaurus Rex says raids are not on for a few weeks. Many things are happening beforehand, and the mode update will be announced. Mode update. Now, does that mean that some of the nodes are changing? How we tackle it is going to change? We don't know. Like, it's too early to surmise or guess. And of course, a lot of people will go, I've seen changes. This means that something's happening. Well, the event hasn't dropped yet. Once the event drops and we're all annoyed because you can't use our purgatories or other champions that we hold to be decent and doing a lot of damage, and let's kind of like hold a bit of judgment just then. But it's always nice to beforehand know what's going on. And this will be announced in the same way it always is. So we'll see what Kabam are going to be doing to answer against what is a very questionable time. Everyone's questioning Kabam, and unfortunately the track record of Kabam recently isn't so much that we can just go, we trust what they're doing is right. So we'll see what happens in the next upcoming weeks. There's also been and as it zooms in, I'll put a link to this in the description. Who's actually somebody's responsible for this? Is it Pedro or is it someone? It could be Pedro. Shout out to Pedro if it is Pedro. If not, whoever the original person is, shout out to yourself. I'll try and leave a link to this in the description, but this is an updated prestige list for Battlecast relics, Statcast relics, and of course your champions. And yeah, that's is it for grim viewing? Not so much. This is for kind of aspirational rank ups and champions wise and Statcast and Battlecast wise to getting a better prestige, especially because it's becoming more important, even more so because of Alliance Quest top 30, which goes in, I think it's early next month. I've got to check that because I think that's a good shout for doing a video, and why I think that the Radiance store update, the Glory store update, is actually so important for non-spending players to kind of at least get a sniff, get like a little scratch, get a little bit of meat off the bone with trying to raise up the prestige in general. So these are going to be the listed champions here of the top 40, because square pegs, round holes, and effectively ranking up a champion you don't particularly like but want to bump up your prestige is so darn important nowadays. What else? Well, I think now we're going to end the show. As soon as it starts, it ends. So these are the biggest topics I think are important to go over at the moment until I'm kind of like I've done the coverage of what is happening later on with the new content goes live. And that's this. So I've been inundated with messages about this right here. So this is from Spider-Man's Amazing Realm Tour Realm event. This is the one that you can get bounty missions from when this goes live in game. For reference, it is this one right here from I'm so confused with some of this stuff because I'm like, the rank. Do you need any more points than you are at the moment? Well, to be honest, I thought when this was released, there was no rank attached to it. Then all of a sudden, there's a rank. I don't know. I can't remember last week what we went over, but how we separate out this stuff will be applicable to an individual and a solo-based person. But the tease, if you will, is right at the very top here. So Founders War, and only one person or from the 2 to 10 people can get these particular rank up gems, the Founders War rank up gems. And I've had to cut the video right here because there's been a few screams because there's been some spiders, which of course, as you know, with if you are the person in your house that's a designated spider catcher and attempt to release her, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. However, back to this. Now, the champions that are listed here, I mean, it's great that Spider-Man Pavitr is there. We also have Rhino, and we also have Aegon. A lot of people have speculated on this being that is this a confirmation that a 4-star, not 4-star, 7-star, 7-star is ready for everybody to get at a certain point as a slight chance. Now that I think we're coming into a slight anniversary of that champion's release. Call me kind of like a bit superstitious, but isn't it weird that if there were to be, because it's not confirmed, but if there were to be a 7-star Aegon, it would be released on the 7th year since the champion were released in Marvel Contest of Champions. Yes, because the champion was released in MCOC in 2018, in November 2018. Now, if you add 7 on to 2018, that's right, you get 2025. Coincidence? Maybe, or maybe not. Currently in game, if you go under the champion banner, which looks a little bit like this, you then search by you filter by skill, and then you go to your 7th stars, and then you go down to unowned. The champion is not there. Now, it doesn't mean anything. It could mean that the champion could be here at a later date, or not here at all. So I'm going to go with there's a good possibility. It's just that it may not be actually in game, maybe until November itself, and we might not see it until the next update, because let's face it, how many days have we got? 20 something days, 28 days until the end of this particular event. Does see us into next month. Yeah, it does. So there's a high chance that we'll see it in the next update as a big surprise. 7-star Aegon, the 7th year from release. And that's where we're going to end the MCN today. What are your thoughts? Do you think we got a 7-star Aegon coming our way, or do you think there's a whole load of bull honky? And you're like, what a load of, as we say in the UK, what a load of tosh. Yeah, I'm going to end right there. I'll see you in some coverage of the new updates and information and fun things that are happening. And check out some other content located on screen. Support the channel. Check out the RTM code if you are spender in the game or you're not, whatever. I'll see you soon. Bye.